Panther rocks is a unique set of sandstone outcrops that lie nestled in the Michiana State Forest. I spoke of the rocks in a very short video a long time ago when I was just getting my channel up and running, and Timber Adventures is going to do a quick revisit. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe, comment, like, and share. The rocks are located just down the road from Pennsylvania S.B. Elliott State Park, about 100 yards off the road, and they're nestled nicely into a hardwood forest. The area lies dotted with CCC pine stands throughout as well. These towering stones date from the Pottsville period of time, so they're approximately 300 million years old. They stand at 2,230 feet in elevation. The interesting features of the rock include many potholes that cover the tops. Often it's a pleasure to see these in the springtime as they're filled with rainwater, and the ferns, the moss surrounding, and the Pennsylvania laurel, it gives for fantastic photo opportunities. So imagine, if you will, that a rock or a sand granule gets caught in a current and rotates around and around in a small area of the stone, and after thousands of years, perhaps tens of thousands of years, it eventually creates those potholes. That repeated spinning wears down that stone into those picturesque potholes that we take pictures of later. They also feature ripple marks, cross bedding, and channels. Well, ripple marks are just what you would think. They are formed from water or wind as they wear the stone down. Cross bedding, it also is a result of a sand deposit on the stones that formed, and they're caused from wind and water flowing past as well. These are often found on the downstream side of the stones or the leeway of what would be a water flow. And channels, of course, represent the flow of the water in between the stones. So all these factors come in handy when looking to see the direction of the water flow of these past ancient oceans, rivers, and such. The Panther Rocks happens to be one of those places you can see all of these geological features, and I encourage anyone to stop over and check them out. Rocks spread out over about, and this is a very rough estimate, maybe 250 yards in length and about 100 to 200 yards deep. I would estimate some of the stones to rise above the forest floor up to 30 foot. Some rocks have access from walking around the backs or traveling through the many channels which take you on many mountain laurel trails to the top. Please be alert for rattlesnakes during the summer months. There's a substantial rock shelter under the large overhang, and it is a place of prior indigenous occupation, and it had been dug many years ago, approximately 1972 or so, the early years of the 70s. The area around the rocks is filled with Pennsylvania fauna and wildlife. I do not believe that there is a single time that I've visited where I haven't run into a porcupine. They love those cracks and the crevices. So the trail is within close distance to the parking area, and I believe that it is easy for anyone to access and see at least some of the rocks and get the experience. There's a rock shelter which is underneath, and it's quite significantly big, and it's currently walled in, and it appears to be a hangout for perhaps young people to sit, chat, and actually experience nature. Let's listen to a few seconds of nature itself as heard from wandering amongst those rocks. I highly recommend checking out these features in the area. Once again, just down 4 Mile Road from S.B. Elliott, Pennsylvania State Park. Now, Timber has accompanied myself over many trips here during the spring, summer, winter, and fall, and we're sharing all of these photos throughout this video. I'm going to do a video on Timber himself and give a little bit of information about the old guy and how he motivated me to explore. And he's very deserving of his own little interview, so we'll check him out. You're going to love him.